Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Terrifying Tuesday on this channel where we talk about all things horror. And today we have to talk about a topic I never thought I would talk about. That is the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey shared universe. So let's jump right into it. Alright, so the makers of Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey have decided that their Jagged Edge Productions and ITN Studios will have a major crossover event. And these plans are real. They are said to begin working on it with a 2025 release window. The companies promise that the film will bring their horror movie villains together to join forces to take down the world. So Blood and Honey director and Jagged Edge producer Rise Frake Waterfield said in his statement, "It will be complete carnage. We are heavily influenced by Freddy vs. Jason and the Avengers. We would love to see a horror movie where the villains group together and are going after their survivors. We have some incredible set pieces in mind and some sequences I think will truly shock the people. The movies are working now as standalones, and it's all leading up to the movie Poohniverse Monsters Assemble." Now, if you think that this is crazy, it's because it is. They've given us the premise that it's going to be these monsters working together. But I really do think they're probably going to fight each other at first. And it does promise the return of Christopher Robin. It also does promise that Wendy will be there. And there's a character named Xana that will be coming in as well. But with the character of Xana, I believe that is also the name that is on one of the tombstones in the poster. But I can't be 100% sure, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. Right now, here's what I think is going to be kind of weird about this movie is that we are seeing these movies come out a little at a time. We still have a lot of movies to come out before this happens. We have the Bambi movie. We have the Peter Pan movie. We have the Mad Hatter movie, which has got to have Alice in it. Alice has got to pretty much be the final girl in this movie. And that's the only way that that works. And then we also have a Pinocchio one that's coming out, and that looks like it's pretty insane too. I think that this universe is going to be very trippy at best. Let's take a look at the poster and see what we can kind of see and learn about the characters in this movie. Now, if we look at this poster, here's the thing about this poster. Down below on the poster, there's a couple of graves with a girl coming out of the grave. Now, I tried to read these and tried to figure out who is in the graves. So we have Wendy in one grave. It looks like Christopher Robin's in the other. And over by where Captain Hook is, it says something like Xana. I think it actually does say Xana, but if you are reading something different, let me know in the comments below what you're reading, because I believe this is that character Xana. If it's not though and you're reading something different, let me know in the comments what you think it says. Now, the girl coming out of the grave could be one of three people. We know that they have a Sleeping Beauty movie coming out. We know that they have the Mad Hatter movie coming out, which I strongly believe Alice will be in, so it could be Alice. So it could either be Sleeping Beauty, Alice from Alice in Wonderland, or this could in fact be Wendy coming out of the grave to fight them. But I tend to lean more towards the fact that it is either Sleeping Beauty coming out from under her slumber, or I think that it might possibly end up being something along the lines of Alice from Wonderland coming out. If it's Wendy, though, this raises a good question. Is the girl with the syringe next to Tigger, is that actually going to be Wendy? Is that going to be Alice, or is that going to be Sleeping Beauty? Because either one of those scenarios for all of those work. Now, we do know who the rest of the people in here are, because next to the person with the syringe, you have Tigger, and then you have the Mad Hatter above that. You have Above that, you have Peter Pan, looking very Freddy Krueger-ish, I might add. He looks really Freddy Krueger-ish in this picture, and that's okay. Next to him, you have Winnie the Pooh swinging around this bear trap, which that's insane too. I think that's pretty cool. Then you have him riding Bambi. Next to that, you have Pinocchio. Pinocchio's looking kind of really mean, and I don't know if he looks a little bit wooden. He looks like he's almost sort of melted flesh in a way to me. He looks very sinister. It does look a little bit like wood, so I'm wondering if he's going to stay wooden throughout the movie, and that's just going to be his terrifying look. Up above Pinocchio, you see Rabbit, and Rabbit is next to Owl, who's sort of flying around. Rabbit looks like they're holding a carrot. Rabbit holding this carrot as a knife, and that's kind of funny to look at. But down below Pinocchio, you get Piglet again, and right under the tip of Pinocchio's nose is Captain Hook. And Captain Hook looks absolutely horrifying. Captain Hook looks like something straight out of a creepypasta. He looks utterly insane. Now, this movie, this is our cinematic universe for the Poohniverse. That's right, the Poohniverse is the name of this cinematic universe. I do feel like it would be an absolute wasted possibility not to have Alice in there if you're going to be doing a horror movie about the Mad Hatter. So I believe that that's the case there. I do think Wendy is going to play a major part in this movie as well. And I think that gravestone that we saw in the poster really does belong to this character, Xana. As I said before, if you're reading something different, definitely let me know what it is you think it says, because I can't be 100% sure that that's what it says, even though we know from the description that there is a character named Xana. Xana is coming in to help fight them. And we know this is going to be a thing. So I think it's safe to say it is. We just want to make sure that you're reading the same thing I'm reading. And then this whole thing with this shared universe. Everything has to have a shared universe now. And like it or hate it, the shared universe is the wave of the future. And what saddens me is actually that this universe is getting a shared universe before the monsters from Universal Monsters ever get their shared universe. To me, that is a complete travesty. That is something I always wanted to see, the monsters from Universal Monsters sort of come in and fight as a team or against each other like the classic movies. But this is what we're getting instead. What do you think about this? Do you like the fact that we are getting this movie? What are your thoughts and hopes for the Poohniverse? As always, we want to hear from you guys. Make sure you leave us that comment in the comment box below. Make sure you are sharing this video with all of your friends. They're going to want to be a part of the conversation as well. Don't forget to hit that like button. It's free. It helps the channel, and we definitely appreciate it. Miko says we need more subscribers, and you don't want to disappoint Miko. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell while you're down there so you don't miss a single video we do. And then, friends, at the end of the day, I know it, you know it, and Miko knows that fandom is family.